Patriot fans, what is happening? Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports, ready to walk you through the latest New England Patriots news and rumors. What we're talking about on today's show is the worst offseason move by the Patriots, and this is according to Jeff Howe, who is, I would consider, probably one of the best, if not the best, Patriots insider. So basically what happened here is the Athletic decided to go ahead and write an article around the worst offseason move for every single NFL team entering the obviously during the offseason. The move that was picked here was maybe not so much a move, but something that the Patriots haven't done, and that's address the Stephon Gilmore situation because, let's face it, one of the best in the biz. I would put him as a top 5 cornerback in the National Football League. He skipped mandatory minicamp. He has made it very obvious that he is not happy and that he wants to get paid the amount of money that he feels like he deserves. And if he doesn't get a new contract, it could be time for the Patriots to move on. Here's what Hal had to say on the Patriots' worst offseason move. The Patriots still haven't addressed Stephon Gilmore's contract. Last week, he told Josina Anderson he wants a raise on the $7 million base salary he's due to earn this season. The Patriots didn't showcase an urgency to try to trade him, so this could all be resolved in a peaceful manner. So what do y'all think about this issue? Because there's no doubt that he's a talented player, but he is coming off a rather serious injury to his thigh. So should the Patriots give Stephon Gilmore a brand new deal? I want you to type Y for yes, or I want you to go ahead and type your N for no down in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and split hairs here because this is one of those questions where if I'm New England and I believe that I can win right now, I say yes, because you got to do everything you possibly can do to keep a player this talented around. If you're like, well, I don't know if we're in win now mode, I don't know if we can win football games, then that's when potentially to say, no, we're going to get some draft capital instead. Because when this dude is on the field, 2019, 2018, he was, I would argue, the best cornerback in the entire league. 2018, he had a phenomenal year, 20 pass breakups, only 2 INTs. 2019, this man won Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. He is a phenomenal player. And remember that number I was telling you all about, that $7 million base? I mean, if I'm sitting here saying I think he's a top 5 corner, and then when I look at the highest paid cornerbacks per year in the National Football League, his name is simply not up here. Now, I don't think he's going to get like a 3-year deal. I don't think he's going to get a 4-year deal. If all he wants is the money that he deserves this season, he's definitely, if he's healthy, a top guy. Now, here again, we're going to go back to Jeff Howe on the Patriots' worst offseason move. But if not, the Patriots are compelled to trade Gilmore. That would be a mistake in the short term for a loaded defense in the long term, which J.C. Jackson has a candidate to leave in free agency next offseason. Speaking of great players overall, J.C. Jackson, I thought, had a very good season. He's still actually not a top 10 cornerback in my book, despite having 9 INTs. I'll say that New England has overall one of the best defenses in the entire league, and if you were to take Gilmore out of the equation, people would concentrate on him just a little bit more. So I don't know if he'd have so many opportunities, but from top to bottom, he is a good player. But imagine New England losing both J.C. Jackson and Stephon Gilmore. That is kind of a scary sight. Here's the last thing that Hal did have to say on the whole Patriots offseason move. If the sides reach an extension and make this a moot point, let's go along with Adam Butler to sign with the Dolphins for a shockingly affordable 2-year, $7.5 million contract. The Patriots did a nice job to overhaul their defensive tackles, a necessary venture this offseason, but allowing Butler to go to a division rival, nonetheless, for that contract was a surprise. So I actually thought that Butler was a pretty solid player last season for New England. 34 tackles, 4 sacks, 6 tackles for a loss. So basically, if by the time this video comes out, essentially, if Gilmore does go ahead and get a contract, then Hal says, okay, Butler was letting him go to the Miami Dolphins, a division rival, a team that had 10 wins last season. That would have been the worst move. But the way that we do all of our Chat Sports show is we're interactive, and I want to know what y'all have to say. So do you agree that not making the move on Gilmore? Do you think it was Adam Butler? Let me know down in the comments section what was the worst Patriots move of the offseason so far. I'm going to go ahead and say it was bringing back Cam Newton. This might be an unpopular pick for some people, but Mitch, he's only going to make $3.5, but he can make up to $14 million. Obviously, you didn't know that you were going to get Mac Jones, but all the reports right now are Mac Jones looks way better than Cam Newton, and I saw Cam Newton play last season. It simply wasn't pretty.